Okay, I feel led to share a little bit on my own journey, for lack of a better word, um, life, really, and life circumstances. And because I think there's so much information out there on narcissism, right? There's an overload of information on narcissism. But until you've lived it, and I've lived different extremes of it, um, until you've truly lived it. And I'm not even saying until you've lived it. I mean, if you've lived it, you know what it is. You know what the trauma is. You know what it is to live in survival mode every single day. And to question the next people that come along, to question your own sanity, to question your own worthiness, to question if you even belong here. Because it is such a strange, especially if you are like I am empathic, but compassionate, and I truly just feel, I go out, I run, and I truly just feel at one with nature. I feel at one with everything, and the animals and the birds and the butterflies, everything. I just feel at one. And then, people out there, I smile, I say hi, anywhere I am, I smile, and I say hi, and I don't know, stranger, but that's because I truly feel that they're just an extension of me, right? We're all one. And in that, it's hard because you see the duality, right? And so this is where I wanted to talk, because when you've lived in that type of environment, and I grew up in it, so my body was always so used to survival. It didn't know anything but survival. And to try to grow in that and take on the divine energy, source energy, and truly embody my light and who I am as a soul, and to still be in that was tough. I didn't realize that my nervous system was still a little off, because you're still kind of like trying to balance everything. Getting out of it, you do start thriving. You really do start, your body just, it's crazy. How your whole, everything just feels like, you almost like feel lethargic to some extent, because you're so used to being in survival mode, being in fight or flight mode, which is like anxiety. And I know some people take depression, right? But it's living in in survival mode. So I was also thinking today that it's not just about, I still have some of it in my life. I have children, and so I still have, although I am separated, I'm out of the relationship, I still have some of it in my life, that need to control, that the manipulation, the lies, the gaslighting, the throwing the fastball where, it's like a spin off your head type of thing. It's one of the strangest things. If you've lived it, but what I realized, because I had something this past week, but something that I realized was that we can take those challenges, those times, and we can call them whatever, those people, whatever we'd like to call them. But truly, it is to help us grow. And so where I looked at it first, like, oh my God, why do I still have to deal with this? And then I was like, wait a second. I have a chance. I have a chance to either stay in my old ways or ascend and embody more light. And so I chose to ascend and embody more light. But it truly is. It's you learn that, sure, it's not me, I know it's not me. I know it's that person. They're choosing that, but I'm no longer choosing that life. I'm no longer choosing, that's the old life. That is not me. And so you can choose that. And that's where I want to say, like, we do have a choice. We always have a choice. And you can say, I don't have anything. I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have anything. What do I do? And truly, you don't have to have anything. I mean, I had nothing. I had my clothes. And literally, my two boys and I had our clothes, and we left. And that was it. And sometimes it truly is taking that stance and saying, no more. I won't be bullied. I won't be hit upside the head again. I won't be put down. I won't be disrespected, because I respect myself, because I love myself, and I'm worthy, and I'm deserving, and you just keep choosing you. You keep choosing yourself, and in every scenario, any challenge, whatever it is, whatever, anything with friends, anything, it truly is a matter of saying, okay, I'm going to choose me, and I'm going to choose to be happy, and I'm going to choose to be me right now. And in that, it's so beautiful. It's a beautiful, it just opens up so much in life. You truly gain freedom, sovereignty. And I think that's the main thing, is that we don't feel sovereign. We feel like we are somehow maybe something, we're an extension of them, basically, in those relationships. But when you truly realize that you have full sovereignty, and that you have the choice to make a different choice in that moment, and surrendering and choosing yourself, surrendering the scenario, whatever it is, the challenge, choosing yourself in that moment, you are placing yourself in the divine's hands and saying, I surrender, and I'm choosing something healthier. And the divine says, here you go. And we get so stuck in how or why, and in the past, right? And we just relive those scenarios over and over and over again. But when we do choose ourselves, we're not choosing a future. We're choosing to collapse time and to choose a different timeline. And when we choose that, we truly leave the old behind and choose a new, and we become a new. And that's how, in each time, and I will go more in depth on this if people are wanting to hear more on how to build resilience within that, so that you have enough self-worth and confidence and and coming into your own power, and being able to take those steps forward to get out of it, and to stand up for yourself. I mean, a lot of it is a quiet standing up for yourself. It's not a boisterous like they are. It's not a fighting back. It's not anything like that. It's a quiet strength, and it truly is powerful. I mean, we're taught that we have to fight back, and we have to go do all these, say all these things, and truly, no, that's just our logic, that's our ego, and we need to align with the divine. When we align with the divine and keep choosing to ascend and take in more light, we automatically, and this is the cool part, we automatically regenerate ourselves. Okay, so staying in those scenarios will make us sick. I myself had my own scare with breast cancer, and I realized that, or with a breast mass diagnosis, and I realized that cells, if we are staying stagnant, the cells in our body are also staying stagnant. So if we are not ascending and growing in each challenge, in each scenario, then, or in everyday life, if we're not growing, and not in a physical sense, but in our soul, um, and we are not, because we're multifaceted beings. So we have to get out of our mind into our hearts, and from there we then align. When we align, we then are regenerating ourselves. When we regenerate ourselves, we naturally cause the illness or whatever it was in us. For me, it was a breast mass. I regenerated those cells, and the mass went away. And it's amazing. Like, I understand that people can be like, oh my God, yeah, that's just, no. It truly is. Our bodies are truly, truly amazing, and I love how amazing they are. And I love that the power is within us to be able to say, no, I don't want that sickness. I don't want that. And to change it and to truly grow. And, but that's how we do it, is embodying the divine energy, source energy, and not allowing that stagnant old darkness to remain in our bodies. And it truly is. We have a choice to do that every single day, every single moment, because truly all we have is this moment. Looking at the past or to the future is not cherishing the moment we have. And if we're not living in the moment that we have, then we're not fully living. And our cells aren't regenerating. They're not. We're just, like I said, we're just here. We're existing. But only in this human form, and that's where disease and illness and everything sets in. So I'm going to share more on how to regenerate cells, and how our bodies truly are able to regenerate the cells, so that we are aligned with source, and so that we are staying connected. But yeah, let me know if there is more that you guys would like to know, like me to share. But I will share more of my life path